see, I was born in the Republic of Guyana. You would know it by the name British Guyana, or you might know it by the incidents of Jim Jones. And in my home, we were all Muslims. My father, as I grew up as a young boy, he was a drunkard. I remember many nights that my brother and I, would be in our rooms weeping as we would hear him beat my mom. My parents filed for a divorce, and my brother and I were split between two families. There, as I visited my daddy's family, he had an uncle that would sexually molest me. But somehow, God in His wisdom knew, and He had given me the wonderful opportunity to have come to Canada under an adoption process. While my brother and I came to Canada, or migrated to Canada, we began to attend a local junior school. And as we began to attend that school, it all somehow seemed to have accumulated into something that was overbearing. As we got to that school, we saw the young fellows there calling us all sort of names. They would ridicule us. They would use crude words against our cultural distinctive. But what these young fellows didn't know, that in my heart there was already so much pain, and the wound was so great that one day I got sick and tired of it. And I'd gone back to my uncle's house. I got myself a knife from his kitchen drawer, and I went back to that school. And at 3:10, when school was about to finish, I went back and I met that bully. He followed me out through the back door, and there I saw him, and I pulled a knife on him and I stuck it in his neck, and he began to cry for his life. Things got worse. My brother and I got ourselves caught up in gang activities. I was sent to a jail to do 1 year in prison. And one day, the warden called me and he said, "You had a visit." And the visit came from an uncle who was a pastor. And he had gone to the warden, and there he got himself a Bible. And he brought it to me that day, and he gave it in my hands, and he said, "Asif, do me one favor. I want you to read the book of John, the book of Psalms, and the book of Proverbs." I looked down upon the page, and it says this: "For he looked down from the heights, from his holy heights, and from the heavens the Lord gazed upon the earth to hear the groaning of the prisoner, and to see those who were doomed to death." And I got so angry at God, I said to Him, "Where were you? Where were you when they were abusing me? Where were you when they were beating my mother? Where were you? Why do you show up now?" Next night I did the very same thing. I opened the Bible and I looked, and I saw the scripture, and it says, "Oh, that I should have wings like a dove and fly away." And I looked to God and I said, "God, do you see how high that fence is? Can I have those wings?" Night after night, I would pick up this Bible and I would read it. And God began to do something in my heart. They've asked me, "Asif, so what do you do now?" Well, by God's grace, I've accepted the call to be an evangelist. My last crusade in India, I went to the state of Punjab. There we had a crusade where over 20-something thousand people attended. And every night, thousands and thousands came to know the Lord as Savior, because one Gideon Bible was placed in a prison for a wretch like me.